Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everyone has had a great week. My bun is sideways. I was supposed to take my hair out yesterday. It be too much going on. I know by the time y'all see me make my review for tomorrow, it will not be like this. Okay? Something will give. Okay? So first thing I saw on my timeline, well, not really my timeline, because y'all tell y'all get the emails. So I saw something about SummerSlam, thinking it was SummerSlam tickets. So I'm like, why? I don't know why I opened it because I was like, I know I'm not going to SummerSlam in Cleveland, not unless somebody gift me tickets or I win tickets. It's nothing against Ohio. Okay, I got a lot of friends from Ohio, but I just didn't plan on going. Period. Like I didn't make plans to go. I think it's beginning of August. That's normally around the time my son comes back. So that's like a sweet spot. Like I don't really make too many heavy plans in August. Not unless like because he'll be in Tennessee for the summer. So not unless Nashville. So not unless like I was to meet him in Nashville and then we fly out to Chicago, not Chicago, to Cleveland, then I didn't plan on going at all. But that was never, none of that was an option for me. So I looked up, I looked in it, and it was like SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis at the U.S. Bank. First of all, I had questions. Why do we know where SummerSlam 2026 is, and we don't even know where the hell SummerSlam 2025 is? That was the first question. Okay. Second of all, I was like, why is it in Minneapolis in the summertime? Now, I've mentioned this before in a previous video. I don't know how many of you guys have been following me. If you're a follower, hi. If you're new, hi. But I had mentioned before, like, WrestleMania is too cold to have up north. We should have SummerSlams up north. And WrestleMania's in the south and on the west coast because it's warmer. It makes more sense geologically and for the people and the events that happen around that week, like for the independent wrestling companies and all of that. I said unless there is a situation where a northern major city or state has a dome. Minneapolis is one of those. Minneapolis, the U.S. Bank is covered. And it's one of the biggest, okay? So for me, that would make me think WrestleMania. Like, it wouldn't have to go SummerSlam. I get it, though. But I get it, but then I don't get it. Because I'm like, if it's covered, I'm only worried about my company. Like, okay, I ain't got no shade against no other company, but that's not my business. Like, what everybody else got going on. Long as the people that's attending what I'm throwing is covered and safe, and stuff like that, and it doesn't stop them from coming to the next event, then I'm fine. Like what other people do ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know around, I don't remember when the last time WrestleMania's been there, but they said one of the largest ones was I think WrestleMania 3 when it was in Minneapolis and they didn't have the covered dome. But like that would have been so tight, dope to see WrestleMania there, only because it still gets time had just like went forward that time. Hopefully that stops. I don't want time to keep going back and forward. Um and you get to see the wrestlers wrestle at night underneath everything, but it's covered. Um it's gonna be hot there because it's a dome. And now unless the air system and stuff is controlled, we're gonna pray it don't break down. It's a lot of people in there. Okay. Just saying. So I was kind of surprised about that. Another thing that threw me off was the 2 nights. Okay. Now, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, for me, I get it being 2 nights because wrestling has grew so much. They have a lot of sponsors. I was gonna say we have a lot of sponsors, like I work there. Um, they have a lot of sponsors. They have a lot of people growing. They merge with UNC. They help announce UFL because of Rock, that's his team that merged and he's on the board, and then they help. And who else? They might got a rugby team somewhere that we don't know about, you know. Um, they might got a daggone shoot, flying frisbee team, because they have them. Okay, any sport or game we play as a kid, surprisingly, they have a professional level of that. And they didn't tell us that when we was little. Like, they didn't tell us. Remember, they used to be like, you need to get a real job, because our parents were ignorant and didn't know. I mean, you can't make a living playing video games. It's niggas out here really making a living playing such video games, making video games. People that build Legos. Now, it's people that work at Legoland and Disney that build these, and they get paid to do that. Like, the stuff they told us we couldn't get paid to do, people getting paid to do. Okay, just saying. But like, I get it with the 2 days because of the audience, but it seems too close. Like, even though a lot happens between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, it's still only 4 months. To me, it will make more sense if SummerSlam, well, we wouldn't call it SummerSlam, but if they had a big major thing during the premiere week. So they always say the premiere is in October, but the start of the year starts after the draft, which I'm still confused about. But if they had like a fall slam or something like that, fall festival or something like that, like not Survivor Series, like if they had switched the day that year or something like that, or whatever, and then had like a fall slam or something catchy, something like that. I don't know. And had it 6 months later, then it would make more sense to me because I don't know. I know in college, the main thing is homecoming, especially at HBCU. At HBCU, I went to in April. Okay, so homecoming is normally October, November. In April, we have something which 6 months later is called Aggie Fest. So, homecoming is for the football teams and all that. We have the step shows, we have the concerts, we have the gospel concerts, we have the old school concerts, we have the go-go's for people that are from where I'm from, It's basically live go-go music, dancing, stuff like that. We have the cookouts, we have the fashion shows, all that homecoming. Now, April is something called Aggie Fest. Same thing, okay? But instead of us watching the football game, we're watching basketball game, men and women's. We still have the comedy show, the step show, because now we have a new line that has crossed. So they have the step show, they have the comedy show, they have I think a concert and stuff like that. Like, it's just as big. It's big, but it's not as big as homecoming. So it's like college's SummerSlam, like, but it's 6 months. So it makes sense. But like, to have this grandiose thing with WrestleMania and then to have 4 months later someone to get a title and then have some type of grandiose SummerSlam. I don't know. Like, what would you do on night two? Not that you're gonna bring mid card titles for women and then extend Smackdown to like 2.5, 3 hours, so you could carry out these storylines a little bit better, or add like another match for like the women to have like a U.S. title type match or something like that. Then it would make more sense to me. But I understand the 2 nights also because the fan base has grown and you want to conduct more revenue. So I'm kind of torn. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. L. So tonight was good. First of all, I'm gonna say this before I say anything. All the women look great. Okay, the women are covered. I don't like the fact that we have it in a place that's such regressive and like women, and they have a very much misogynistic views. And you could say it's religious and stuff like that. I get it. Growing up in a Christian household and you have to dress modest, but modest does not mean cover everything. Not when I grew up. Moderns just mean make sure your whole behind is covered, your whole chest is covered. Like you could still be cute in a cut off shirt that shows your stomach and like some shorts, but don't let them be coochie cutters. You know what I'm saying? Like keep yourself, make it be cute and tasteful. Like for them to have the women be full fledged covered, and then the men could be basically in draws in 2024 baffles me. But at the same time, I think that's one of the countries where women were just allowed to get their driver's license like 10 years ago. So the fact that we have like a contract with them is crazy still. Like we're trying to progress women, but when we come here, we regress them. Like that to me is baffling. And then for me, I got diagnosed with endometriosis. And after I had my son C-section, I have endomyosis because they basically rip him out of you instead of him coming out naturally. So I have both. So with me, if I was a wrestler, I wouldn't be able to go to Saudi because the way I have hot flashes sometimes because of that, because my hormones do this, I'd have just been SOL. Okay, like I don't see how the women do it, and then you under these bright lights. Okay, like it's different for someone that already dresses like that in the States and then wrestles. It's not much of a big of a deal, like Naya. But for someone like Bianca that dresses like okay, and even if like they be like, okay, well Bianca is too much. You see what I'm saying? You can at least be like, y'all could dress like Michin, where she has the pants and then we'll have on like um a shirt, like her and Bayley have on pants and then have a shirt that's covered but their stomach's out. Like give us a happy medium. Don't have us covered from the neck down and then like that's to me that's too much. That's too much. I gotta get my son's food. I'm sorry. And I don't know. I guess y'all. I'm here for the girls, so I'm always gonna be team girl. Um, and also me growing up in a kind of like modest household. Like my mom grew up Pentecostal, so very much similar views to some other people. The women could not wear pants. Like my mom didn't wear pants until she was in ninth grade in the 80s. Um, a lot of stuff in the U.S. hasn't been that great for women here either, and now they're trying to regress us. But like my grandma still don't wear pants to this day, and if she does wear pants, you cannot take a picture of her and post it on social media. Like she's a missionary. She don't want her friends to see, and I'm pretty sure her friends wear pants in their house, but it's like a thing. Sadly, it's like ingrained in them. So for the women there that are used to it and stuff like that, that but don't want to do it, I get it. For the women that accept it and appreciate it, I'm not judging. If that's what you want to do and cover yourself up, cover yourself up. But if you feel if you want to dress a little, more what they would consider risque, I feel like the pants with the shirt, like Michin or Bayley's gear, is a happy medium. I really do. I really do. Like it's not giving shorts. It's giving what it gives. Okay. So the match was really good. My prediction, I wanted Nadia to, not Nadia, Lord, she's talking about me. Nia to win. Nia to win. Because I think it would add a little oomph to her character if she becomes queen of the ring. This is before Triple H had announced that it was gonna be for a title shot. Honestly, in my head, I was thinking that because I was like, it'd make more sense than just have the title. But he announced it, so I was like, oh cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was happy with that. And then I was happy, and the match was great up until we knew where it was going after Bianca got her knee attacked. Like I'm not gonna say it was great up until, because the match is still great. It was very consistent. It wasn't one sided. What's the name? Nia hit her with the with the Samoan drop and stuff like that, and she was going to like do her end move. I forgot what it's called. And then when Bianca lifted her up, it's the announcers for me because they be such an on like she's such a freak of nature. Like, if I felt the way about that today, I would say like y'all basically saying that women are strong, they can't lift or whatever. But that doesn't bother me. I'm like, y'all say this every time. Like, y'all don't know her, Raquel, and Rhea can deadlift 300 pounds. Okay? Like, that's not surprising. The lady had picked up Otis during COVID and walked some feet now with him on her back. Like, why is this surprising to y'all? Y'all see her deadlift on Love and WWE on Hulu. If you haven't, watch it, okay? Like, we know she's strong as hell. She's the strongest. She done said that. When we know that Rhea's up there, because she was like, when she sees Bianca at the gym, they be like friendly competition. And we know Raquel is like that. That's why I wanted a triple threat match between the three. Like, give me three powerhouses. Give it, So after that, Bianca ends up losing. Her leg was one of the problems. And I'm kind of glad. I'm glad she lost. Like, that's my girl. Y'all know that's my girl. I love her down. Like, her and Liv are my girls. Like, my favorite two current in WWE. Top two for the women. Okay? I got some close people underneath that. And, but them two, one of them is not even in the WWE no more, and I'm upset. And I just saw her on my timeline at the gym, Xia Li. But like, I like Michin too. I like Tegan too, and I like Katana and Kate and Kaden. Okay, but like, yeah, so I didn't want her to get that. And then so Candiace and Indi come back, so the haha, when you got two, one knee, we got four, right? Nah. First of all, I was like, what is going on with the sound? Okay. And I was like, what is happening? The sound is echoing. Before that, let me back up. Naya's look, okay. Bianca look is Bianca. She does it every week, okay? Always looks great. The crown on her braid was cute. And then Nia took it and put it on her head. And then it had Lyra watching. Even her little ringside outfit was cute. And but Naya's outfit with her hair and that gear, I don't know who designed that gear, but they did that, okay? I love the half and half. That was so creative and so pretty. And everybody, I guess, was on the blue and silver theme tonight because Bianca had on blue. I think Jade had, what is it, silver or white with the blue shatter. And then Nia had on silver. And everybody's up with B-Fab. B-Fab had on gold as far as the women go. And Chelsea had blue. Oh no, and Bayley didn't have blue either, but she had like shiny silver, whatever. So they come in. So then Jade basically come up and was like, "So what y'all want to do?" Like, she was like, I was like, "What you want to do?" First of all, she came out there and she was like, "Oh, you lost your match too." I honestly did not see what she had on or looked at her because when she came up, I was looking down tweeting. I don't even know what looked at her, but it's crazy like the pop that she gets. To me, like, I'm not negating her popularity. It's just I didn't know that she was such a like phenomenon in so many countries already, if that makes sense. Like that, because even certain artists, when you go to certain countries, like, they're not really appreciated here in the States, but if you go to certain countries, they love them down, okay? Like, for instance, a lot of people, if we're talking about Destiny's Child, a lot of people, love them as a group. Individually, you got Kelly fans, you got Michelle fans, but most people are, a lot of them are Beyonce fans. When you get to Australia, they love Kelly down. They love her so much that she had to add like shows to when she performed there, and they had her on the Australian Voice. They love her so much, just like Pink. Pink sold out the Sydney, Australia arena. I don't know what is it called. She sold that out. She had to add dates, but Pink is one of those people that got longevity because she's been out since what, 01, 02, and she sells out everywhere. Like surprisingly, here where I live at, they had her concert is announced for November or August. They announced it in January. She's sold out like that. They had to add another show. Justin Timberlake, on the other hand, his concert is in 2 weeks. His concert still ain't sell out yet. And I don't know if it's because of the Britney scandal or because people don't like this album like that or what, but just saying, like, certain people in certain cities, in countries, you just expect them, it's going to be their phenomenon, like, but I don't know. Honestly, I think people love her here, but I think they really love her in, like, on the Eastern Hemisphere. Like, I don't know. And I will say that the Eastern Hemisphere audience is different in general, because I was going to say, oh, it's just London, oh, it's just France. Outside of Australia, because they was a little dry. But Saudi was kind of a little live today. The only place that's been live over here is Puerto Rico. I still want them to have a SummerSlam or something in Mexico. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like a PLE in Mexico would be lit, okay? Just give me one lucha match. Whatever whatever match they have, give me one. But have it somewhere in Mexico. I'm waiting. Y'all, we can have it in Toronto, we can have it in Puerto Rico, and I understand that Puerto Rico is part of the United States territory, and Toronto is our cousins in them, Canada. But I want something in Mexico, okay? I was gonna say Brazil, but I don't know. I know they're gonna be live, but they different down there. Just say that. I worked at this international college, and the one lady was like, I'm not scared of the get. Like, she from Brazil. She was like, I'm from Brazil. I said, okay. I will say that, yeah, so I guess they're gonna have something with Candiace and Indi versus Bianca and Jade, which I'm excited about a little bit, you know, because when they had that King of the Ring tournament situation and Bianca and Candice's match got cut short, I kept saying, now I know Candice wrestled like hell, okay? I know she could wrestle, and knew that was going to be a good match. I was like, give me Bianca versus Candice. I need a redo, or I need them tag team with Jade and Indi. Like, give me them again, okay? So the fact that they about to have a match is what I'm looking forward to, okay? Like, that's one, and that's not even, that could be pre-match or a match on Friday when they come back. The only thing that I was a little like confused about her making about that match, because I was like, wait, don't they gotta fight Zoe and Shayna? So is this gonna be after Zoe and Shayna, or is it gonna be before? Okay. And how is like her knee? Because her and Randy and the knees they've been like that for some months. It's been almost a year, I think, for Bianca, and Randy had just got back. His knee that bad at Elimination Chamber? I can't remember. You loud, sir. So then I saw on did you close the door? Yeah, it's lower. So then I saw on my timeline like Jimmy put in a lié around his son or something like that. Am I saying it right? And then I'm on Instagram, and Rikishi's talking about his home, Pensacola, and he basically came to see his grandson graduate. And I told y'all that's why Jimmy was out. I had told y'all, I said, that man ain't injured for real. Talking about some, these other wrestlers that's injured so far. I said, hell no, he not injured. I said, it's prom season, it's graduation season. And I was like, I know he got to be, his son either got to be my niece's age or a year older. And my niece is in 11th grade. Okay. So, and I knew it was about graduation time because I watched Total Divas 2 years ago. And them kids was like, I want to say he was like 10 or 11. When they came to the house or something like that. So I was like, that was 7-8 years ago. So I was like, I know he graduated. And I was like, so if that means his son graduated, that means Jay's son is graduated, because I think their son is the same age or about the same age. So him losing to not qualify also makes sense now, because that means both of their sons is watching them graduate. Then I went on Trinity's page. She was at their graduation, and then her niece's graduation, who looks just like her, like they have the same eyes. But yeah, I was like, I already knew that. But Jay losing, because I was like, I'm glad he's losing. He gets to spend time with family. But now they really get to spend time with family, because I'm like, his son probably graduated too. So now, if they went to both, they had to go Pensacola, and then they had to go to, I think Trini said before that her brother-in-law moved to Atlanta, so they had to go there. So they was partying and all stuff all Memorial Day weekend, okay? Because I know the Florida people get out this weekend, because I used to live in Florida, and my niece and them get out, I think this weekend, or I think she get out next Wednesday, or she got out yesterday. It's one of them. But I know she got. So then after that, first of all, production, okay? I'm happy we are back in action with production, okay? Because when the thing had started, some bird, I don't know what the bird was, if it was a hawk or whatever, came up. I said, okay, production with the graphics. Then Bianca had came out. They had the kissy butterflies, which I had missed, okay? And then Grayson came out with the Grayson Waller effect. And they had the boots, the shoeies in between the sign. And I said, oh, they even got Grayson's graphic. I said, look, okay, y'all couldn't get the sound together today. And it was a little shaky on the camera with with Tama and Randy's interaction. But the graphics was on point. That's no shade. That's just facts. Okay. And so then Grayson and them come out, and Theory comes out. So I'm like, oh, they look good in the blue. So then they was doing the credentials for LA Night, and then Carmelo comes out, and I'm like, and I love A-Town Down Under. I've said this before, and I thought I was the only one. And somebody was like, that segment between them two and Carmelo was so good. And I was like, because they are so arrogantly delusional, it is hilarious. Okay. Like, it's to me, it's funny. Like, I find it hilarious. Okay. And then the be having a conversation with someone who's just as arrogant, even more arrogant, and just as delusional is even more funny, because when he came out and was like, y'all forgot to mention #1 draft pick. And I'm like, wait, what is happening? And even Theory was like, hold on. I said, you overly arrogant if Theory had to stop you. And then I was like, what threw me is Grayson and him was getting along for a minute, because he was like, Grayson was like, wait, let him talk. And I was surprised, because my mind was going back to NXT when they had the little beef or whatever. So I'm like, okay, so this is new. Like, the history for me is what played in my mind. So then after that, they were saying all this stuff. Then LA Knight come out in his burgundy, which I love. I love the burgundy gear he has. And I also in the gray and black. Those are my two favorites. I don't even know if he has any other colors. If he does, I don't like him as much. But those are my two favorites. And then he comes out and says what he says about them or whatever. And then I think him and Carmelo get into it again. And Carmelo hit him with a cheap shot. So then when he was leaving out the ring. And so then, no, LA throws like a plant. So then Carmelo hits him with a cheap shot. And then they all jump him. And here come the Street Profits come out. Because Grayson was like, I paid such and such on this. And I was like, okay. Like, so they all jump. Street Profits come out with B-Fab. B-Fab looks great with the red hair and the gold. Street Profits look great. And then they do a 3-on-3 match. And Angelo was cooking for a while. And then, from what I saw, and then they had, LA had gotten the ring. Carmelo was in the ring. And then as soon as he saw LA Knight, he tagged Theory. And then Theory got dealt with. So then I was like, oh. So then after that, I think he hit, I forgot how Carmelo ended up on the side, over the other side of the announcement table. And then ooh, my earring. So then I think Theory got a BFT to him, and Montez Frog splashed him, and then that was it. They won and stuff like that. But I couldn't wait. So then after that, you know, then they had the whole situation with like Logan and Cody. So first of all, what threw me at first, I ain't even gonna hold you, is when Bianca came out earlier today and she got announced, and Mike was the one that announced her, and I said, oh, I was surprised because we know Alicia does permanent Smackdown. So but I know when she was on NXT, she would do NXT, and then certain days she would do house shows for like Sunday Thunder and Super Show, or what I think this was called, Saturday Super Show. So I was surprised for him to be there. So I kind of missed it though. Like I missed him announcing American Nightmare, and then the Viper. The way him and Alicia says Randy Orton is such a chilling thing. Like not in a negative way. It's like the hyena from Lion King when they be like Mufasa, he goes, ooh, do it again. Like that. Like that for me. Because I was like, ugh. Okay. And so Cody comes out. And then when Cody's about to start talking, Logan comes out. So then Cody had mentioned him in the brass circles, like, I don't believe you, dog. Like, you gave a pair to Cole. That don't mean you won't have another pair. So they get Ryan and the ref to come search him. Cody clean. Have him come search Logan. Logan's whole face changed. I was cracking up. So then he's talking about, these ain't mine. This my brother's. I'm from Ohio. I don't even wear Prada. I'm like, what does that have to do with you wearing Prada? Like, what? So then he was like, I'm using them for my protection. Like, now you got them. So somebody arrest him or something. I'm like, so who is trying to get you in Saudi? Nobody is trying to get you. Like, you, okay. What I'm real interested to see tomorrow, though, is what internet personality is going to be at the match with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had IAmJustBee, he's had KS1, which is an internet personality, and a boxer. He's had, I don't think his brother's been there. Has his brother been there? If it hasn't, I wasn't really watching then. But whoever it is, don't put on a prom suit. I'm just saying, okay? Because whoever puts on a prom suit always gets injured. Seriously. That thing is jinxed, okay? And so then after that, they show Bayley coming out. And then Bayley comes out, And she daps up, and I was like, "Is that Michin?" And it was Michin because people had confirmed it. And somebody was like, "Look at the future. Look at the WWE Women's Champion and the future NXT North American Champion." Which I'll be so happy if she gets that title. Like, I'm here for it. I'm glad they're adding a mid card title to NXT. And I'm saying that because I feel like it's more women in NXT right now than there are men. And if it's not, it's the same amount. They're showcasing the women seems like more, which I'm here for. Okay. So then after she does that, Nia comes up to her basically like keep look at the title, you ain't gonna have it for long. And I'm like, girl, Bayley, if you don't stop letting these girls punk you, go ahead and buck back. Say something back. Like she be every time somebody say something to her, she look like she be scared or worried. And then just keep on going. And low key she ain't got no ally because Trinity ain't there. And I'm like, girl, if you don't go ahead and say something back, and then I forgot to tweet. She had something in her head in Arabic, and I want to know what it said. I don't speak it. I wish I'd read it. I wish I knew. I really did. I wish I knew. So then they showed backstage. They had showed Montez and them talking to, was it Saxton with B-Fab, and she was talking and stuff like that. And then it was either Saxton or Kayla. And so then DIY come up. So then in the middle of them talking, Ciampa takes Montez's cup. I said, "Oh no, you ain't take his cup out of his hand." So then they was talking about basically them being optimistic, and if they think they're gonna be the next tag team champions, they got nothing coming. And then he poured his drink out. I said, "Oh, not him pouring his drink out like that." So my thing was, it's gonna be a match between y'all, okay? Like, didn't who lost that qualifying match? Who qualified to get a tag team title match? It wasn't either one of them, right? I don't think so. But it was like, we gotta go through you to get the titles. We're gonna get it. So I feel like it's gonna be a match with them next Friday. If they have a pre-show and they fight, that's cool. But I'd rather see it next week on SmackDown. So then it was Bayley and Chelsea. Chelsea had the best gear tonight. I don't know who coordinated, or I don't know who designed it and did it, but she had the best gear tonight. The blue and the white coordinated so well. It wasn't overwhelming. One wasn't overwhelming the other. It was the right amount of shine. Okay. And then it was shiny enough where it didn't overpower. The hat wasn't too much that she normally wears, like the glamour navy hat. And then the tulle around her waist. It was like, she looked great. Okay. And then, so they had the match or whatever, and Bayley defeated her with the rose plant, and then Piper attacked Bayley and kept like swantoning her, and I was like, how many swantons she gonna give her? So then I think one time she went for one swanton, actually really hit her in the face with her elbow on accident, but they showed Piper up close, and I was like, her makeup looked good too. Okay. Bayley, who I've been doing her makeup, look good. I was like, Piper's gear looks good. And I was surprised that she did that because at one point in time, I thought Piper was going to turn on Chelsea because at the beginning, she looked like she ain't like her at all. like, like the character looked like, okay, if we lose these tag team titles and all this other, I'm about to whoop your behind. Okay? That's what it looked like. So I was surprised. And I'm like, at first you get punked by Nia, then you get injured in the ring by Piper. Like, girl, Bayley, you can't catch a break. Like, how is you the women's champion and getting punked the most? She has. I know some of it has to do with her into being a part of damage control in the past, so people are getting a lick back. But at the same time, out of all four of the champions, you the one that's getting punked the most. You a champion, girl. Like, don't be letting them do that to you, girl. Shoot, trip them or something. The hell? Like, what is happening? I'm not understanding that. Okay. Then they show AJ Styles talking to Nick. So he over here, I was 1 second close from winning in France. I was 1 second close from winning King of the Ring to get a title shot, especially after Triple H announced it. And I was like, first you 1 second close, it was a good match. Last week it was, oh, the crowd had distracted you. I'm like, you becoming the Drew of Smackdown. Like just, and then Nick talking about if it was personal, basically you my dog, I let you do it, but professionally I can't let you do it. You ain't earned it. Basically other people got positions where they can earn it. And I'm like, yeah, you just gonna have to take your L's and go. You got enough time or you don't got enough time. You just gonna have to go ahead, go back to the bottom of the list and go ahead because you done had your shot. And this time, ain't nobody interfered. Because in the past, when you had your title shot against Roman, you said Bloodline interfered. You ain't got no excuse this time. You just sucked. And I sucked. But you just ain't win. Okay? That's it. That's all. All right? So then they did the Andrade promo, right? For him coming on there. Oh, I forgot to mention Blair's. I can't wait to see when she debuts and who she has as a or a match, and that better not be no squash match. Like it better not be a slew of them like they did with Braun, because that jump pissed me off on Monday. I got that link. Look at their review for Raw, and then so after they did the Andrade promo, they showed Legado de Fantasma. Elektra looked great. She was giving Grace Jones or Aubrey Hepburn with the rich glam or whatever. And they talking about we gonna try to basically get him to come on our side. And I was like, he's such a fan of Ray. Santos, he ain't coming with y'all. I said I could see him doing singles matches like with Randy, KO, whatever. But him also having beef with one of y'all and end up having a little bit of beef with the bloodline. But I don't see him come with you. If he end up being in Legado de Fantasma, I would be slightly surprised. But then I wouldn't, because the only reason why Santos left is because Ray didn't believe him. His judgment and character was terrible. And the whole time Carlito did something. So he really kind of wasn't the bad guy up until he tried to attack him. But other than that, he wasn't. So then they showed the segment of Paul and the Bloodline. And Paul started talking. He lowered his voice for two reasons. First reason was when he first started talking, the sound was echoing again. So then he got quieter so that the sound wouldn't echo as much. But the second time I also think the second reason is because when he was talking up close to Solo gave him a look, and then he made himself smaller because he's very much scared and intimidated by him. So then Tama comes up to him and was like, basically, you know why I'm part of the Bloodline? Because he know I'm dangerous. And then they come out. So Tama comes out. They sing Randy's song. Randy comes out. They showed the crown. I said that crown looks very heavy. Like, I wonder how heavy that crown is. It was cute. Randy was singing his own song. And then Tama comes out. So Corey goes, this man is more hyena than he is human. And he's sadistic and stuff like that. Like, basically trying to say he's a beast in the ring, but saying like he's animalistic and stuff like that. I didn't like that. First, it's AAPI month. Don't say that AAPI month. First of all, we are supposed to be honoring Asian American Pacific Islanders. You shouldn't say that regardless, but especially not AAPI month. That's just like saying something bad about black people on Black History Month. Like, don't do that. You shouldn't say no time during the year, but really not during the month that they supposed to be honored. Second of all, I didn't like it because every person from Pacific Islander or someone of that origin, heritage, has said in the past, like when they had often said like they saw them as not human, as savages. They had to make noises and act weird and stuff in the ring. And then him making that noise a couple weeks ago or last week, and then you saying that basically regresses them 50 steps. Like, they've come so far. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's derogatory to me. Like, and I'm not even of that heritage, but y'all know I love different cultures and stuff like that. That was not the right thing to say. And I know he probably didn't mean nothing by it, but don't say that. Find something else to say. Like, say this man is a beast in the ring. Like, find something else. Don't be like he's more hyena than human. Really? Like, why would you say that? Why would that be the first thing that come to your mind? Like, that's why he shouldn't have made that sound. Like, especially if that was Creative's idea. Like, y'all messed up when y'all did that. Why was he doing all that? Okay. That match ended up being good. And I was like, before the match, I said, watch AJ or KO come out. And I had said this to one of the older men I work with. And I said, I think KO gonna come out. He thought it was gonna be Jimmy or KO. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be Jimmy. So the match ended up going well. Tama ended up getting slammed on both announcement tables. I said, yeah, they every week I'll be like, yep, they spent money on the announcement tables. Okay. They showed Solo up close. Solo looked worried and nervous. Okay. Then he came out. Then I was like, where's Tama's brother at? Was he not allowed to come? Or he just in the back? No, because he would have came out. So Randy's knee started giving him out. He gave out the vintage Orton. You know, they tried to Tama tried to attack the knee and everything like that. He did a good job. Randy RKO'd him and ended up winning. Somewhere along the way, Solo ended up taking off his jacket, which I didn't even see, and then spiking Randy. And then we hear doon doon. KO comes out. I said, my dog. That's my dog. One thing about KO, I said, versus the other wrestlers, he not gonna be out for long. When I say his resiliency is high and he loves what he does, he's come out. This man had a whole broken wrist and wore a daggone cast thing for like 4 weeks that he supposed to kept on for 8 weeks and still came to wrestle because he ain't want to lose out on the bag and he loves what he does. So next, like, he's been out for a few weeks. I said, yeah, then he ain't gonna be out for long. If they tell him he gotta be out for 4 months, he gonna be out for 1. Like, he's not staying out the whole 4 months. So Gunther was sent in ringside, and it ended up being it's gonna be Randy versus Gunther, which I wanted to see anyway. That's gonna be a hell of a match. Like, I can't wait for tomorrow to see how that's gonna end up being and who else is on this card outside of Logan and them and the Queen of the Ring match. Like, I don't know who else because I wasn't really paying attention. Sometimes I remember this, sometimes I don't. But I'm excited, and I gotta go. So I'm about to do a podcast thing for Ringside Society. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow after the PLE tomorrow and the press conference, and I will do another video then. Love you. Bye.